we go. My name's Gary. I'm 53, and I'm in a band called Take That.
It was actually 1989 we all stood in a room together.
I've been songwriting and performing for more than 30 years. But as I've got older,
Come on, lad.
I've learned to slow down and appreciate some of the simpler things.
I like the good stuff.
Cheers.
I like good times, friends, wine.
This looks so good.
Great food. That to me is what life's all about.
And that's why I'm here in South Africa.
Cheers, everyone.
Yes, mate, how are you doing? Here we go. Here we go. There. Wow.
Gary, you're in safe hands.
Wine and food go together like words and music.
When you drink a glass of wine and you eat the food, it should be, yeah, that's really good together.
So I'm here to experience the skill, passion, and dedication that goes into making some of the finest wine in the world. And some delicious food to go with it.
Cheers, love.
I've persuaded some of my best mates to come along with me.
Just ignore what's going on underneath us.
So join us, everybody's welcome, on what promises to be one of my greatest tours ever.
That's the most excited I've been in years.
So, I'm changing my view. I'm in the Western Cape of South Africa, exploring the largest wine-producing region in the country. And when I'm not checking out a vineyard or dining out in style, I'm here at a peaceful retreat nestled in the misty mountains, planning my next adventure.
Wow. Okay. You just get me bearings here.
The Western Cape is about the size of England. It's a big region, and it would be selfish to explore it all on my own. Luckily, my next special guest, my latest partner in wine, has arrived just in time for a healthy breakfast. Yes!
There he is.
Yes!
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
It's the ultimate morning person, Ben Shepherd, just in time to visit one of the highest vineyards in the country. Well, listen,
We've not got to find our own way there, have we?
Not really, but I just thought I'd show you
Okay.
the lay of the land. Me and Ben go back a long way. We once climbed Kilimanjaro together. So this is not our first African adventure. I've worked out our route.
You've got the right country and the right continent, haven't you?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And once again, we're going up in the world. We're going just a thumbnail away. However, a thumbnail on this map is about an hour 45.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah, and we're going high. We're going into the mountains, one of the highest vineyards in the country.
Right.
You're going to have a great time.
Goodness me. And I'm looking forward to trying some of this wine as well, by the way.
Get ready. Listen, the wine in this country, the people in
Now
this
you're
country,
talking.
the food in this country
Yes.
is absolutely off the scale. So, now that we're done with the planning side of things, now, luckily, I'm a black belt in origami. It's going to be absolutely
Great.
I mean, look, it's time for Ben and Gary's great South Africa road trip. Welcome, mate.
Thank
Cheers.
you. It's an
Cheers.
absolute pleasure to be here.
And what a road it is.
Look at that skyline over there.
That's lovely.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Beautiful. We're heading past Table Mountain and through Cape Town, making our way southwards and upwards.
These are the mountains. Is this where we're going?
We're going into these mountains. We're travelling to Elgin Valley, an area that's renowned for growing fruit, and one fruit in particular. This is apple country.
There
here.
does seem to be a lot of sort of orchards and apple trees, fruit trees.
And the vineyard we're going to was actually an old, run-down orchard
Okay.
before they turned it into a vineyard.
So obviously the soil must be good for growing fruit, but they found that the altitude or the height we're going to has been advantageous for...
It's an interesting
These
one, isn't
grapes.
it? We're climbing 420 metres above sea level to Iona Wines, where the cold winds from the South Atlantic Ocean keep the vineyards nicely chilled.
We're running out of track, we're running out of road. It's going to get...
Amazing. Oh, how
Just
pretty is
vines
this?
are high as well, aren't they?
Artist and sculptor Rosie Gunn runs this vineyard with her husband Andrew, and she's delighted to have two cool new grape pickers to help her pick her super cool grapes.
Lovely to meet you, Rosie.
Hello, Rosie. How you doing?
Thank you for having us.
When do we move in?
No, first of all, you have to sing for your supper. So
we
we're gonna
do?
go
I'm
do-
really good at
We're
singing,
gonna go
don't
do a
worry
bit of
about that.
harvesting.
Yes.
That sounds good.
And try the wine as well.
Afterwards.
Sounds keen to try the wine.
We need you on your A game now.
I'm
so
all about-
no wine till after you've worked.
Commitment.
There's 100 hectares of vineyards here, growing Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Grapes that develop intense flavours as they ripen slowly in the unique cool climate conditions.
Rosie, we're very high here.
It's not only the elevation that makes this property quite special, it's the proximity to the sea. We're only 3 kilometres away from the sea,
Right.
and you can feel this cool
It's like
breeze
an air
coming
conditioner.
over.
Yeah, it does work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And as a result, the grapes take longer to ripen. So this is Sauvignon Blanc.
Can we try one?
Absolutely.
Oh, really, so much sweeter than I thought it was going to be. That's delicious.
And already tastes of Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, there is, isn't it?
Yeah.
People always think wine grapes are going to be acidic.
Yeah.
But actually, they're picked at a far sweeter level than table grapes, because obviously you want your sugar to convert into alcohol.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
don't want to end up with a 7%,
No,
7%
no one
alcohol.
wants that.
No, it's got to be worth the walk to
Yeah.
the fridge. So,
Trouble is, before we get to walk to the fridge, we need to put in the hard yards out here between the vines.
I'm literally stuck with this bunch here.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
you
know where
can
to
leave that.
start.
You can
I
leave
leave
that.
it? Okay.
yeah, come down here. I've made a little clearing.
Oh, see,
here.
Gary's got all the easy bits.
Bunch up. Okay, here we go. This is going well. Oh,
Oh, they're nice.
oh. Come on, mate, you can do it.
No, Ben, you can really shine here. This is a good spot.
This is my moment.
There are 20 families living and working here, all shareholders in the farm. So everybody benefits from a good harvest.
So you've got 100 hectares. How long does that take you to harvest 100 hectares?
Oh, it's difficult because obviously you might harvest today and then we might have a break for 4 days, and depending on how the samples come back from the lab, we'll be taking
So you're testing all the time
we'll be
to see if it's the
testing
right time
sugar,
to harvest,
acidity,
yeah.
pH. So this window of picking is very, very important for us.
I feel like this window of picking is closing.
Yeah, I know. Because the window of picking's been
Rapidly.
distracted by the window of chatting.
Thankfully, when one window of inane chat closes, a window of beautiful singing opens up.
Well, nice lyrics.
And that, the tradition of singing and working, you see. Just adds, doesn't it add to the spirit of
Like
everything?
a cadence, isn't it?
Picking grapes is hard work. It's even tougher than we're making it look.
Do you think they're singing about the two idiots that are making a mess of the vines?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are these jokers?
Yeah.
Who clowns?
But singing works wonders to keep energy levels and spirits up.
They seem to come off easier when you're singing.
Yeah, they are.
There's a lot of happy, hard-working pickers out here. And then there's us two.
Their singing's definitely better than our snipping, Gal.
Oh, I think it is.
At least they have a gentle way of letting you know that your less than impressive grape-picking skills are no longer required.
They're chasing us out here. There's no other way to take this. They're saying, get out of our way. Okay, we get it. I'm not going to take this personally, but I think it's time for us to go.
Hopefully, Rosie is more impressed with us, because this has been very thirsty work.
Have we done hard enough work, Rosie? Have we earned our keep?
Our fingers are bleeding.
I know, I can see. I'll come. We're going to go and sustain you
Please.
with a nice glass of wine.
Oh,
Come
that
on.
would be great. Lovely. Thank you.
Right.
Coming up, we get surprisingly well rewarded for our not-so-great grape picking.
Imagine if you didn't have any left for you. Fabulous. We're lucky, aren't we?
My great big South African wine adventure is well underway. I've been wining and dining my way up and down the vineyards of the Western Cape, and today I'm definitely more up than down. I'm at Iona Wines in Elgin, 420 metres above the South Atlantic. Here, the cool maritime breezes sweep up and down the mountainsides and merge with the hot valley winds, creating a microclimate that's perfect for all kinds of fruit. The apples here are delicious, but so are the grapes. It was tough picking grapes out there in the vineyards, and Ben and I didn't impress. But our generous host, Rosie, has told us that we'll still be rewarded for our efforts.
Smells great.
Oh, doesn't it just?
Worryingly, that reward awaits us in the cellar.
Here we go.
Fingers crossed, our prize is a lovely wine. Not an angry winemaker.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at this.
We're going down the helter-skelter.
Yeah, your fingers are cut, bruised, swelling.
Yeah, down to the bone.
Now we have the antidote.
Patiently awaiting his downwardly spiralling guests is Werner Muller. Thankfully, he looks like a happy winemaker. He's been at Iona Wine since 2009, so he knows a good vintage when he tastes it.
Hey, Werner.
Werner,
How are you doing?
good. This is amazing.
This is the moment Ben's been waiting for. We've promised him a drink all day, and he's still here.
Very excited.
This is where we age most of our reds. We're going to taste some Syrah out of barrel from the 2023 vintage. That we age usually for 18 months. It's now about 12 months in barrel, so it's about another 6 months to go.
Still quite young.
Still quite young, so we'll see how it's going and how it's looking in barrel, and then, yeah, have a taste.
We're the guinea pigs.
We're ready.
Don't delay.
Like all great and patient winemakers, Werner knows that delicious wines are grown in the vineyard, not made in the cellar. And like all great and not so patient wine drinkers, I know that wine straight from the cellar barrel, even when it's not yet reached its full potential,
If I had a drum, I'd do a drum roll.
is going to be a rare and special treat.
Imagine if you didn't have any left for you. You don't get one.
That will be mine.
I'm going to give you my big one.
You can smell it already. You can smell the oak on that.
Yep.
So this is 12 months.
Yeah, this is about 12 months in the barrel now. It's 100% Syrah. So Syrah from the property, it gives you a nice white spice, a peppery spiciness on the aroma, lovely red fruit, lovely brightness to the fruit. That's what we look for on that property from that Syrah.
strong.
No, it's not overpowering, is it? Are you going in?
Oh, it's delicate.
Yeah, it's quite an elegant. It's quite an elegant, as I said, red fruit, spice. That's what we look for, really look for from the vintage.
It's not too overpowering, is it?
No, you could learn a lot from this.
So could you.
This wine is working its magic already. And what's really lovely about it is how Werner credits everyone on the farm with every bottle they produce. It's all about the people, climate and soil, all playing their part together.
It's nice when the vibrancy of the vineyard and the people in it actually end up in the glass.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
For us, the team is important. That everyone plays a role in the team and contribute to putting this wine in the bottle. It's not just always the winemaker or the owner. It's a team effort.
Yeah, there's no iron team,
No.
but there is in wine.
Thank goodness.
Beautiful. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Vern.
Cheers.
While we drink to that remarkable revelation of mine and ponder how the day can get any better, above ground in her beautiful farmhouse kitchen, Rosie is preparing lunch for us. We've heard she's a brilliant cook, so let's hope she proves it now with her famous springbok pie.
I've chosen to make a venison pie, partly because it's so traditional. My mom's mum made it and her mother made it, so it really is. It's a very old family recipe.
First up, Rosie makes a stock.
I've taken it off the bone. I put the bone in here with some onion and carrots, some thyme and a few bay leaves and a bit of pepper. And that can simmer slowly for about an hour.
While the stock cooks, it's time to prepare the filling for the pie. Cubing the meat and dusting it in flour, seasoned with paprika, salt and pepper.
It seals the meat and forms a little bit of a crust. It sort of thickens your stew a little bit.
Now a good high temperature for the oil, and in with the cubes of meat.
Yes, you don't want to turn it too often, too much. You want to let it really seal properly on one side and then give it a turn. Otherwise, if you keep turning it, you don't brown it properly.
While Rosie browns the springbok, we set the table.
So here's our Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes. So this is the vintage before the one that we picked today.
Exactly. And if this tastes good, imagine what the one that we picked is going to taste like.
Might just be about enough juice from both our grapes for this glass. That's extraordinary.
Isn't that lovely? We're lucky because we're here. We've seen it with our eyes, where it is, where it's positioned, how close the sea is, how cool it is up here.
Yeah.
And it's all in there.
So we've browned all the meat, and now I'm going to fry the onions. We're going to add the cubes of venison and any juice that was at the bottom there. And now we're going to add our other ingredients.
For a leg of venison, Rosie is adding about 300 grams of roughly chopped bacon.
Now try and get streaky bacon, because you want sort of half bacon and half fat, so that, the bacon will give it the flavour as well.
Season with some salt and pepper, and then add a big South African favourite.
Mrs. Bull's chutney. So this is basically an apricot chutney. But South Africans are very proud of this, and I don't know who Mrs. Bull's was. Anyway, this is it.
Then a British favourite, Worcester sauce, along with some ground coriander, grated nutmeg, and that rich and delicious stock.
Okay, so I'm gonna cook that with the lid on for an hour, but if it's nice and thick and just needs a little bit of browning on the top, I'm gonna take the lid off for the last half an hour.
Now for the top of the pie. Rosie cuts pastry into strips and creates a lattice. Then 1 beaten egg to glaze it.
Just makes it look nice and golden. I reckon you could do this really neatly if you wanted to, but everything's a bit rustic here.
And now it's into the oven to bake until golden.
This is a little bit unconventional, cooking the pastry separately, but it's so that it remains crisp and doesn't get all soggy underneath.
Next, Rosie fries button mushrooms and adds them to the casserole and lets the whole lot cook and thicken some more, which suits Ben and I perfectly.
I can settle in here, mate.
I'm gonna settle in as well.
Right.
If I nod off, wake me up, will you?
Will you just sing me something?
Oh, do you know, I wouldn't want to give you nightmares.
All right, I'll sing that.
Oh, no, I don't want nightmares.
I'm forever below the green bubble.
While we have a kip, it gives Rosie enough time to knock up dessert, an apple tart tatin.
I like it because we live in a valley of apples. There's just something really homely about anything made with apples.
Rosie peels and cuts some crunchy golden delicious apples into quarters, then makes a rich caramel sauce with sugar and butter.
It's actually quite easy to tell when it's right to put the apples in, because it goes from the slightly crystally stage to a really much more sort of toffee-ish effect.
So, as soon as it's turning brown at the edges, it's in with the apples.
Which will serve to cool down the mixture as well. Stop it burning. Quite a bit of the cooking happens at this stage, and they are going to get a little bit of time in the oven because we want the pastry to cook.
Rosie rolls out her short-cut pastry, cuts to size and lays it gently over the apples and caramel, tucking them in snugly. Then it's into the oven.
So 180 for 20 minutes, and then turn it down if it's getting too brown, and cook maybe for another 10 minutes at 160.
The only thing left to do now is top off the venison pie with that golden pastry lattice.
So basically, this will absorb a little bit of the juice, because it is nice to have it a little bit juicy underneath the pastry.
And there it is, Rosie's good old family favourite, Springbok venison pie with mushrooms and bacon. And the pudding, Rosie's apple tart tatin. I think it's safe to say that me and Ben have found our niche here. We're not grape pickers, we're not wine makers, but we're extremely enthusiastic tasters. Now, I don't know about you. I'm hungry.
I feel like we've worked up an appetite.
It's all that picking, cutting, bending
We
over.
did so much. Here she comes. Here comes Rosie.
Goodness. Oh, I'm hungry now.
Oh, would you look at that?
Rosie.
We have heard amazing things about your cooking, Rosie.
It's very rustic.
This looks incredible.
And this is a very traditional South African meal. I suppose it's the equivalent to going to the UK and having shepherd's pie. But
Yes, Ben Shepherd.
oh, there we go.
Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, you're speaking to my heart there, Rosie.
As Rosie serves up, I'm opening their bottle of 2022 vintage Syrah. Oh, the sound of
noise.
success. All that red berry fruitiness and spicy pepperiness should be a perfect match for the Springbok pie.
Werner.
Hey, Werner.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having us as well, by the way.
it's all for you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
You've all been so kind. Thank you.
We've loved it.
Cheers.
Rosie,
Cheers.
Werner.
Cheers.
Rosie, this must be special, right? To make a wine and get to... I can see you're looking at it so lovingly. Must be
Critically.
proud.
Well, it is. It's, you know, it's your message in a bottle. It's there's sort of part of you goes into this.
What a brilliant line for a wine. Your message in a bottle. The message in this bottle is being very well received.
Drinking the wine in this environment where you've grown the grapes, and there's so much of you guys and your family and this landscape in this that makes it all the more emotive. And you can feel that here. It's a real privilege, so thank you.
Rosie, this is exquisite. Absolutely gorgeous.
I can't wait to taste this Springbok.
It's good, mate.
It's for a home cook. It's just such a forgiving way of preparing it.
This is absolutely delicious. And now, as if the pie, the wine and the view weren't enough, we have the pudding. This
And I'm not going to get a job in a restaurant as a server.
You're kidding. It's amazing.
Fabulous. We're lucky, aren't we? What did we do to deserve this? Okay, this is probably as good as it's going to get.
Fine.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
I'll take me now, Lord. I'm ready to go.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Coming up, Ben and Gary's road trip continues as we head to the woods.
Wow. I mean, look at where it is.
And dip our toes even deeper into the winemaking business.
Of all the things, I wasn't expecting to be cuddling you in a barrel of grapes.
I'm at the southern tip of Africa in the Western Cape. On a road trip with my old mountain climbing mate, Ben Shepherd. We've already visited the coolest vineyard in these parts. Now we're about to meet two guys who could be the coolest winemaking duo in South Africa. We're going to a tiny little outfit. Doug and Paul have their own winery in the woods, and they use traditional methods
Yeah?
to juice their grapes.
So Doug and Paul, wine in the woods.
Wine in the woods.
Well, I'm all for trying new things, Gary, as you know.
Yeah. We're heading to Manshine Winery in Walker Bay. Manshine sounds a bit like moonshine. And when you think of people making moonshine, you do tend to envisage blokes in woods doing dodgy law-breaking brewing. But here, in the shadow of the mighty Manshine Cop Mountain, kindred spirits Douglas Milray and Paul Hoogworth are breaking all the rules in a good way.
I think we're here. Oh, wow. That's it.
Now this is, look at where it is. They've created an idyllic artisanal winemaking business.
It is certainly in the back of beyond.
It is.
where they ferment a range of wines inside a tiny little brick building surrounded by trees.
Oh, wow. Right.
Because I think this is going to be fun.
It's like stepping into a wine-making nursery rhyme.
Thank you, Jerry.
Oh, lovely.
Annoyingly, Doug and Paul don't just have an amazing job in an amazing location. They're also tall, young, and handsome.
Nice to meet you. I'm Gary.
Oh, lovely to see you. Hey, Doug.
Nice to meet you.
Great
Doug.
to meet you.
Lovely to meet
Paul
you.
and Doug.
Paul and Doug.
Brilliant.
Strong
Gary.
names.
Ben.
But we'll forgive them all of that because we're thirsty and there's wine here.
What an amazing location. This is
Thank you.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
We've been fermenting grapes in this old stable built 110 years ago, and yeah, that's us doing our thing.
And what, you just decided that you were mates and you just wanted to make some wine?
Pretty much. I mean, we go back to high school days.
Right.
And then we continued into wine studies, and there was a barrel of wine made in 2016, which piqued a bit of interest. And then the very next year, we started making wine in this building.
And telling us, guys, what are we going to be doing today?
Super exciting. We've had some Cabernet Franc on skins, and we'll be pressing it today. So we're going to run the juice through the basket press, which is an old school French style basket press, and then we'll be pressing the skins as well.
We are going to need a little bit of help from you guys, though.
That's why I've got Ben. There's a reason he's here. Yeah.
I wondered what it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He works very well.
Really?
Okay. All right, guys, follow us.
That's it.
Let's go.
The boys' philosophy revolves around natural fermentation and minimal interference to let the unique character of the local vineyard shine through. Today's Cabernet Franc grapes have been fermenting for about a month.
All right.
I'm excited about this.
There we go.
The merchandise.
There we go.
The
Cabernet
gold.
Franc.
The
Like gems,
gold.
don't they?
It's time to extract as much juice as possible for the next stage in the fermentation.
If you get down deep, you find the whole bunches at the bottom.
Oh, wow.
So these
It's like a lucky dip.
these are fermented as whole clusters. But this is why you guys are here. We need you guys to give these guys in particular a nice light
It's the
stomping.
breakdown.
Yes, that's right. We've been invited here for our fancy footwork. Our job today is to stomp grapes. But first, they have to be poured into the press.
Oh, look, it started.
There we go.
So satisfying, isn't it?
Wow. Now, time for a change. Off with the long trousers and completely inappropriate white trainers.
Let's leave these here. Let's get our feet
The knees are out.
ready for action.
All that remains now is for Ben to wash my feet, which is something he always loves to do.
I had a shower this morning. I had a really good shower. I really washed. Oh, thanks, Ben.
And now I'm fully prepped for grape stomping.
There's not a lot of room in here for
Is it going to be
with two men with so many muscles.
I don't think we've ever done two men
Gary,
in the basket
really?
before, to be honest. No.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm in.
Oh, how is it?
There we go.
It's nice.
I thought you'd sink deeper.
But me too. I could be just stuck here. I just think.
My leg's going to go at some point. Okay.
I think if we did some exercise. Yeah, that's going in.
All
now.
right, let's get some more buckets in, Paul.
Cool.
Okay, it's going
Yeah.
down. Oh, it's quite nice.
It started. It is. It's wriggling through your toes.
It's
It's like,
going right through me toes. In fact, I had an itch a minute ago, but I'm all right now.
I don't want to know about your itchy feet.
Some say.
Oh, here you go.
Exfoliating. Yeah.
Stand up. You're right.
Sorry,
Hold on.
guys. A little bit of a
Yeah.
splash here.
It's good for the skin.
Oh.
How's that feel?
Very
Quite
therapeutic.
satisfying about that, isn't there?
We're not just stepping on grapes here, me and Ben. We're stepping into history. We're engaging in a ritual that dates back to the very beginnings of winemaking.
It's like being down on the beach and it being
Get up here with you.
all really muddy. Do you know when you're in the mud flats?
Yes.
So, Ben, let's just ignore what's going on underneath us. You're glad you came, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm glad I invited you.
Of all the things, I wasn't expecting to be cuddling you in a barrel of grapes.
There's not many people I'd like to be doing this with, but you're one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel
Absolutely.
very flattered.
Absolutely.
This is teamwork, making the dream work. All the juice from our labours is going from the press to a pipe leading to a stainless steel tank for further fermentation.
It feels like nothing's happening here, but I have
There's plenty
noticed
going down.
it's
yeah.
pouring away.
Yeah.
Pouring out.
You're doing a great job,
There's a bit of a
guys.
torrent
Yeah.
down the bottom end. So
What? It's. I always think to keep people motivated,
give them something they could enjoy. Is there any wine glasses anywhere?
indeed.
Now that would be knowing.
I thought you'd never ask.
It's just research.
Yes,
Just research.
tasting it every step of the process.
There we go,
I
yeah.
think my guest.
Payment.
It looks very thick,
Don't stop.
doesn't it?
Oh,
sorry,
don't
sorry.
stop. Keep going.
It's a very. It's still got that dryness, hasn't it?
It doesn't get much
Tannins.
younger than this
No.
for a red wine, so it's got a long way to go still.
It's on its way.
And it's thick. Don't you think it looks quite viscousy at the minute, doesn't it? Murky.
Yeah. And of course, having been pressed by the feet of Ben and Gary, when this vintage is eventually bottled, Doug and Paul will make an absolute fortune. So, guys, when will this fine blend that we're making actually be available to buy?
Then it'll be bottled towards the end of the year, around December time, and probably released around this time next year, maybe March, April, somewhere around there.
Wow. Thankfully, we don't have to wait that long, because Doug and Paul have got one of their great whites and one of their finest reds for us to try.
Fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
You had on
Yeah, I
it.
thought we were good. Come on. I thought we were good too.
Hey, there you go. A reward for our amazing feat of endurance, which, after a quick wash, are soon back to being normal feet again.
So, Paul, tell us about this one.
This is our Herbarium Cape White. It's led by Sauvignon Blanc, which is a vineyard from a vineyard that we farm down at the bottom of the property. We farm it organically as well. Yeah, so this is the 2022 vintage.
Was it a good year?
It was. Every year is a great year in wine.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Ever the optimist.
For the winemakers, every year is the best year ever, of course.
But should we try this?
Okay,
Cool.
cheers.
Guys.
Good
Cheers,
health.
guys.
Lovely to meet you both.
Indeed.
Cheers.
Likewise.
Cheers.
Thanks for all the help.
mate.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Our
mate.
pleasure. God, lovely.
So the focus with these wines is really to sort of capture the essence of this local wine district from one year to the
Very
next.
light. Very
Yeah.
light, and then a couple of seconds later
Yeah,
you get
hits
all
you.
the taste.
Yeah.
I mean, that is... You could drink it all afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that wasn't the question.
Sometimes a day can work out just perfectly. Here we are, not just drinking delicious wine, but drinking it close to the vineyard that grew the grapes that made the wine. And things could be about to get even better with the next bottle, a Pinotage. This is a very famous grape in this region, isn't it?
It is. It's sort of a proudly South African red grape variety.
This
Oh,
smells delicious.
it's so much more complex, isn't it? That smell. There's a lot going on. That floral aroma is really apparent, isn't it?
That is wonderful. That's one of the best wines I've had since I've been in South Africa.
Really?
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's got an amazing flavour on your tongue. It really is. Really interesting.
Guys, well done. I love that.
To think that we have had a hand in one of their 2024.
It's a shame we can't take credit for this.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for welcoming us here. It's been magical. Really magical.
Coming up, me and Ben turn our road trip into a boat trip. Here we go. Welcome aboard. And try our hand at becoming TV chefs. What I don't need right now is you laughing at me. I'm on a spectacular road trip through the largest wine-producing region in South Africa with my mate, Ben Shepherd.
Everywhere you look,
It is.
it's another jaw-dropping sort of
Yeah.
vista.
It is. Ben has been my eating, drinking and travelling companion for the latest leg of the tour. And for the last part of our journey together, I've arranged a little surprise as we switch from the road to the river. So, mate,
Yes.
we're on our way to a river cruise.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and on board is a braai. You know what a braai is?
Is it a barbecue?
Like a barbie.
South Africans love a barbecue.
Yeah. However, the cooking is going to be down to me and thee.
Do you realise? Okay.
Ben
Not
and Gary's.
Not-
Restaurant Ben and Gary's.
It's only a matter of time till there's a chain.
A chain is only as strong as its weakest link, of course. And when it comes to cooking, I'm not sure if either of us has any particular strengths. But as long as we get some decent ingredients, we'll be halfway there.
Right, come on.
Okay. Looking lively.
ready. I'm going to film us going shopping together.
What do you mean, film?
Come on.
What, like it's something I've never done before?
No, yes,
Let's have a
exactly.
laugh.
I'm going shopping with Gary Barlow. This is ridiculous.
We'll be cooking a fish called red panga. So all we need to do here is find some veggies to go with it.
Beautiful shot.
Sounds simple enough, but Ben's easily distracted, especially by a meaty snack that's very popular here in South Africa.
You'll be looking for biltong, you
Oh,
will.
look at the meat in there. We're not... Oh, look at that. What's that? It's enormous.
What is it?
Look at the size of that. Fruit. What about some peppers? Oh, I love a
Yeah,
barbecue
that'd
pepper.
be good. That'd be good.
Sure.
Yeah?
One for you.
That's the one.
Is it?
Yeah.
And I've never managed to work these things out.
It literally is the Chuckle Brothers, isn't it?
You might.
There
I think
you
that's
go.
harsh on the Chuckle Brothers.
I think it is, yeah. Okay. Look at that. Cute. Butternut
A
squash.
baby butternut squash.
Yeah, I think that'll be cute.
That'll be enough for us.
Yeah, yeah.
So should we pay for it and then get going?
Yeah, come
We've
on.
got to get on the
Let's
cruise.
get out of here.
Right, we've got what we need?
Okay, I think we have.
Okay.
Good. You can stop filming me now.
Yes, I'll put that away.
Armed with our red peppers and our squished squash,
Here we go.
it's time to head to the river. We're almost as far south as you can get in South Africa now, going to a place called Stamford, on the banks of the tranquil Clyde River, where our riverboat, the African Queen, awaits. This is our floating and already smoking kitchen.
Here we are. Here we are. Wonderful. Have you got the veg?
Well, yes, I've got a veg.
Okay.
Do you think it's going to be enough, Gary?
Well, listen. We're going to have to try and make a little go a long way. Yeah. Here we go. Welcome aboard.
Look at this.
It is great.
There's nothing more South African than a braai. Cooking outdoors on an open fire is an all-year-round thing here.
Up to the penthouse. Can you smell the braai?
I can smell the braai.
I can smell the braai.
And if you can combine a river cruise with a braai, you're onto a winner every time.
Now,
Look at us.
I'm very excited on the one hand. Beautiful river
Yeah.
cruise. The braai is up and running. There's only one part of this that looks pretty pathetic. That's our efforts at the veg. Now, what we don't know a lot about is the red panga.
Yep.
We've contacted a few of our friends.
Yes.
We did get some support from a friend of mine who's a chef, and he said, right, probably descale it, then score the flesh with a sharp knife, rub it with olive oil,
That's something you can do.
lime, garlic, and chili.
Ooh,
Now, that sounds
nice.
quite nice.
Yeah.
Maybe cook on nice hot coals, which are they're burning up nicely.
Is that it?
That's it. I think it's going to be really simple.
Oh, I think this is going to be great.
Like us, just keep it simple.
And add these towards the end.
Garnish with a little bit of baby butternut squash.
Yeah.
And away you go.
Yeah, great.
What could go wrong?
Wonderful. Well, good luck.
We may have been a bit mean with our veg purchases,
Here we
Oh,
go.
right on cue.
Yes.
but all is not lost,
Come on board, gents.
Right. Here we go.
because we've invited local winemakers Doug and Paul along for the ride and told them to bring a bottle or two.
Welcome aboard our yacht.
Always bringing glasses and booze. This is
There we
why
go.
we invited you, Doug.
And it looks like they've come with plenty of supplies to keep us going.
We've bought some peppers and a baby butternut squash.
Beautiful. We brought some wine and some biltong.
Biltong. Yes.
Yeah,
It's a lovely
help
stuff.
yourselves, guys.
Would it be a traditional snack to have with your wine?
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're in
It's just
South
a
Africa.
traditional
It's
snack
quite
at any time, really, in this,
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
country.
Can I try some?
Cheers, gents.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Good to see
Cheers,
you.
everyone.
Yeah.
What's the Afrikaans way of saying cheers? Do you have a
Gesundheid. Sometimes they say
Gesundheid.
Gesundheid.
gesundheid,
Yeah.
which is like
Gesundheid.
saying bless you? Like-
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gesundheid.
I thought you were making it up.
No.
The Clyde River is a very chilled waterway where time seems to slow down. Swimmers and paddlers love it for its calm waters, and bird watchers come here for the abundance of wildlife. Cruising along a river through a landscape like this, it's hard to imagine anything could possibly go wrong.
I mean, this couldn't be simpler, right? Fish, veg.
Beautiful.
Do you want to do the fish?
I'll have a go with the red pananga.
Yeah.
Red panga.
Yeah, I'm going to do some chopping.
Okay.
Get this all ready to go.
feel like we're testing ourselves here because it's a religion, the braai in South Africa, isn't it?
Ben is in charge of the red panga, a fish neither of us have ever heard of.
So this is the world's smallest butternut squash.
Yeah.
While I deal expertly with the precious, perfectly formed baby squash, which somehow has to feed 4 hungry men.
I'm going to go quite early on with this.
Can we get some
I'm going to go...
a bit of pepper?
early with these boys.
Have you lost? Hold on. Have you lost? We've only got that much. Don't lose it. Save the baby bun. Save it.
What I don't need right now is you laughing at me.
I'm sorry. No. Just put it in these.
Oh, fires.
Not my best idea to use a shirt as an oven glove, but at least it's not my shirt.
Don't worry, guys. It's going to be fine.
Time for us to start acting like TV professionals before Doug and Paul jump overboard with the wine.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff the red panga with dill. Because I don't want it to burn by leaving it on the outside. Because that would be a schoolboy
That'd be
error.
stupid.
Yeah, that would be not wise. No. If I chop the chilli quite finely and stick some chilli up there,
I'd just
mangoes
shove it in half and get rid of the seeds. I'm going to go early with these two.
I do love a barbecued pepper.
At last, we're getting into the rhythm of this riverboat braai cruise business.
You bring your own food, you bring your own wine,
Yeah.
cook on board, and it's absolutely ideal.
Bring and braai.
Bring and braai tail. Very nice.
How fabulous is that? I've only been here for a couple of days with you, but we've packed so much in.
No, we have.
But
we have.
it's always the view, it's the environment. It's so dramatic, isn't it?
And it does feel like sort of food and wine, and it's all sort of connected,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I
I think you've done a great job there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm surprised myself, to be honest. Right, here we go. Last bit of lemon slides in.
Well done.
Finish that.
With the pepper and what's left of the squash cooking gently over the warm coals, it's time to get the red panga onto the braai.
Ooh, Gary, Mark, Howard, and this is Ben. Ben's the new member of the band.
Yes.
He's coming on tour.
This looks wonderful.
It does.
Oh,
Now then,
look at this.
should we have a little drink?
Lovely.
The fruits of our labour.
Let nature do its work.
Yes, absolutely.
And after just a few minutes on each side, the red panga are well and truly braaied.
You ready?
Ready?
We do it,
Let's
okay.
go. Veg coming off.
Yeah.
Fish coming off.
Delicious barbecue veg. This fish, Gary.
It looks delicious.
Look at that. I mean, wow. Doug and Paul won't know what's hit them.
And there it is, flame-grilled red panga and smoked red pepper with a char-grilled micro squash.
Let's see what these boys have got to say about
They're going to
this.
be the ultimate judges. You're going to grab your wine.
I think they're going to be very, very
Let's do
impressed.
this.
There are some brilliant braai chefs in South Africa, and we're nowhere near their red-hot level of expertise, but for a couple of amateurs, I reckon we've done okay. So now we can relax, float downstream, and let this amazing landscape drift by.
First question. How does it look, boys?
Presentation on point.
There you go.
I must say we were a little bit concerned, but it's actually it looks pretty good.
You
Yeah.
could hear us. What was going on down there?
Exactly. Yeah.
Be careful because there's lots of bones in there.
Nice.
The braai, it's very simple cookery, but delicious.
It is.
Yeah, it's hard to get it wrong.
We did our best.
Yeah, we tried. We strangely succeeded. Well, it's cooked.
That's good.
That is tasty.
Nailed it.
It's a meaty fish, isn't it?
Mm.
So, if you're going with the red or the white, with a fish, a big, chunky, meaty fish that's braaied, in your expert opinion, you guys know this.
What do you think, Paulie? Red or white?
Do you want to try
I might have to have a sip.
yeah, go for it.
I think it's a close call, and it is a slightly meatier fish. So potentially even the red, actually.
I think the red, surprisingly,
is
might
lighter
actually.
in
I would have initially said white wine with the fish, but the red's actually I think for me, the winner here. What do you guys
I
think?
completely agree. I think this red could actually go with just about anything. It's delicious.
Absolutely delighted. Thank you so much for sharing a bit of your story and your wine and your amazing passion for this with us. Thank you for sharing the last couple of days.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
It's a wonderful end to a wonderful couple of days with Ben. Our road and river trip is now over. But we've made friends for life here, I hope. And I'm sure we'll both be back.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Next time, I leave the Western Cape and head northeast with a new partner in wine.
Look at that!
Jane McDonald.
Excuse me.
Oh, you've scared them all off.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Heading back to the 80s over on ITVX.